Bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to Aparna's French classes. In today's session, we'll be taking one part of lesson number 1, Autour de la table. Now, this is a lesson from 12th HSC French textbook. So, let us start with the vocab. I will try to complete the initial text and I will try to give the vocab, then to explain a little bit of grammar based on the same lesson. Now, what is the basic theme of this lesson? Let us understand that. Here, basically, we talk about the French meals, then the table manners, the food vocabulary is explained here. As you all know, la cuisine française est une partie très très importante de la culture et de la vie quotidienne en France, n'est-ce pas? You already know that il y a des plats variés, il y a des recettes traditionnelles, il y a des ingrédients frais, sa belle présentation. That is also important. So all these things help to make la cuisine française so special. Okay? And it is not just about the food. Le repas est aussi un moment pour se réunir, parler avec la famille, parler avec des amis et profiter de la nourriture. So it's a kind of get together wherein people discuss different things, they open up, they share their experiences. So it's a complete experience, you can say. I'm sure you already know about the famous dishes comme la baguette, le fromage, les croissants, la quiche, les crêpes. I'm sure you must have heard of these. Now let us see what all details are given in this lesson. Before starting the lesson, my recommendation is you take your textbook, open page number 27, keep a pencil in your hand, keep a pen with you and a notebook. So when we discuss the words, the basic vocab, underline the new words here in the textbook, write the meaning in English, and once we complete the discussion, in your notebook, make 2 columns, write français et anglais. And there you can write the vocabulary. Ça va? Allons-y. So name of the lesson is Autour de la table. If you see, Autour de la table. Now, autour is around. Autour de la table, ça veut dire around the table. This is a typical preposition of place. Now, here in bubbles, you see some important vocab. So, in the blue bubbles, you have goûter. Ça va? Goûter. Goûter, ça veut dire quoi? Goûter means to taste. Ça va? Goûter, ça veut dire to taste. You can write it there. Ensuite, chauffer. Chauffer is to heat. Chauffer is to heat. Mettre le couvert. Now, this is very important thing of French cuisine. Mettre le couvert means setting the table. As you know, if you have seen in films or maybe in some images, they first spread the tablecloth, la nappe, then they place the dishes on that. The fourchettes, les cuillères, ensuite les couteaux, they are arranged in a specific way. Plus different type of glasses are there for water, for wine. So all different things are placed properly. So mettre le couvert means setting the table. Préparer, c'est la même chose comme en anglais, to prepare. Délicieux means delicious again. So for food, we can definitely say c'est délicieux. It's a delicious meal. So c'est délicieux, common expression. Végétarien. Végétarien, ça veut dire c'est quelqu'un qui ne mange pas de viande. Okay? In English, we say vegetarian. C'est la même chose. Ensuite, salé, sucré. Salé is salty or savory. A sucré will be sugary. So sugary dishes, savory dishes would be there. Ensuite, see, if you see these rose or pink bubbles, bon appétit, we do use that in English also. Bon appétit, ça veut dire have a good meal, enjoy your meal. À table, ensuite, à table. Now again, when we read the text, we are going to see all these words that you can write the meaning. À table literally means at the table. This is a very common phrase when you want to call people to sit at the table and eat. That time, you will say à table once the table is set. Usually, the host, he invites the guest at the table. So that time he says à table. Ensuite, dîner, you know, it's a verb, it's a noun. Dîner means dinner, and to take Dinner is also dîner. Entrée, ensuite, entrée, very important word. Entrée is the starter. Now, French cuisine has different things involved. On commence avec les apéros or apéritifs. These are like small drinks as such, sometimes accompanied by some snacks. Then we have entrée. Entrée are the starters. Ensuite, on a le plat principal, which is the main course, main dish. We have the fromage, cheese. So usually it's a platter of different types of fromage. Then we have the sweet dish, le dessert. After that, you have most of the times for dinner, French people take coffee. It is a coffee without milk. So that's a black coffee they enjoy. Quand on dit plat, plat means a dish. Okay, the dish which we eat. Like, par exemple, la quiche, c'est un plat. Ensuite, les crêpes, c'est un plat. So that is plat. Repas means the meal. Apéritif or apéritif is the apéro. Apéritif, ça veut dire apéro or the drink. Okay, so these are the basic points which will be covered in this lesson. Autour de la table, les repas du jour. In communication, we have au restaurant, à table, servir les boissons, boissons are the drinks, offrir, accepter et refuser. Ensuite, in grammaire, we have le passé composé, l'article partitif, then we have to, en, and verb irrégulier comme read. Today's focus will be completing the text and understanding the vocab. Okay, text de départ. We'll be going through this. You let me know your feedback, how you find my explanation. Do you find it useful? Then accordingly, I can plan few more videos similar to this. Plus, if you are interested, you can definitely join our 12th standard batch, which will be starting from the next week. So do connect with me for the 12th standard batch. It's a group batch where 5 students would be there. You can WhatsApp me on the number 98814 So let us see this particular lesson, which is about the French meal, how it is ordered, in what order it is served, and about the food vocabulary. On commence. See the text. Les 3 amis indiens sont chez leur prof, or chez leur professeur, Monsieur Roux. Monsieur Roux, depuis une demi-heure. Monsieur Roux annonce, Monsieur Roux, le dîner est prêt. À table, mes amis. Okay. Now here, what is happening is there are 3 Indian friends, les 3 amis indiens. Ils sont chez leur professeur. They are at their professor's place. Ça va? You can see this. Chez leur professeur. They are at their professor's place. Ensuite, il s'appelle comment le professeur? Il s'appelle Monsieur Roux. From how long they are there? Depuis une heure. Depuis une demi-heure, pardon. Depuis une demi-heure. They are there for more than half an hour. So since half an hour, they are there. Monsieur Roux annonce. So Monsieur Roux says, le dîner est prêt. Prêt, ça veut dire ready. The dinner is ready. À table, mes amis. At the table, my friends. Okay, now these 3 friends are who? Maya, Neil, and Rohit. These are the characters here. And they are at Monsieur et Madame Roux, who are French people. Now, Maya, qu'est-ce qu'elle dit? Quelle est belle la table. Et les fleurs aussi. Quelle est belle? C'est une expression, n'est-ce pas? Quelle est belle, ça veut dire quoi? How beautiful it is. What? The table. How beautiful the table is. N'est-ce pas? Et les fleurs. Fleur means the flowers. The flowers are also beautiful. Madame Roux, elle dit, Maya, bien mettre le couvert est un élément essentiel de repas français. Very important sentence. Bien mettre le couvert est un élément essentiel de repas français. Ça veut dire, setting the table properly is an essential part or essential element of a French meal. So, mettre le couvert is the most important vocabulary here. Okay, we saw the word earlier also. Mettre le couvert means setting the table. It is important part of a French meal. Ensuite, Neil, qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Qu'est-ce que repas français typique? Nous sommes curieux de savoir. Now, Neil says, what is a typical French repas? What is a typical French meal? A repas means a meal. Nous sommes curieux de savoir. We are curious. We would like to know more about the typical French meal. Okay? So, see, traditional French meal follows a certain sequence. It is apéritif, ensuite entrée, plat principal, then we have fromage, dessert et café. It is a typical sequence. So, Madame Rue, elle dit, Bernard, tu vas leur expliquer. Je vais chauffer la soupe. Do you remember we wrote chauffer earlier? Je vais chauffer la soupe. Chauffer is to heat. Now, je vais chauffer, grammar point of view, you have learned future proche. When we conjugate the verb aller as per the subject, here it is je, and we keep the verb in the infinitive form. So, je vais chauffer, I'm going to heat the soup. Monsieur Roux, oui, bien sûr. Avant le repas, on sert des apéritifs. Donc, on sert is the verb servir. Ça va? C'est le verbe servir. So, before the meal, we serve the aperitif. So, I hope you're noting down the new words, you're writing the meaning. You see, the verb is servir. And it goes like, je sers, tu sers, il, elle, and on sert, S-E-R-T. So, yes, of course. Bien sûr means of course. Avant le repas, before the meal, we serve the aperitif. Now, aperitif is also called as apero. These are the drinks, small drinks, sometimes soda and soda-based drinks and all. And people do eat some small snacks with that. Basically, it is for relaxation, getting to know each other, discussing, opening up a little bit, sharing some experiences. So, it starts with this apéritif. Oui, nous venons d'apprendre. OK, oui, nous venons d'apprendre. We just had it. OK, it means we just had it. Nous venons d'apprendre. Ensuite, c'est un moment agréable pour bavarder avec des familles. OK, now in this lesson, you'll be learning en, these pronouns also. Now, en is used to replace the plus quelque chose. Here, if you see, c'est quoi ça? The plus quelque chose. Donc, it is used to service des apéritifs. So, en is used to replace des apéritifs. C'est un moment agréable pour bavarder avec des familles. Bavarder is to chat, to discuss, to talk with the family. OK? On commence le repas avec une entrée. Aujourd'hui, Marie a préparé la soupe aux oignons. Now, this is another famous dish of France, la soupe aux oignons. Very well known. People who visit France, they definitely try this. So, as you see, before the meal, aperitif is served. Okay, avant, you know the vocab and all, avant. Contraire et après. Avant is before, après is after. Okay, so apero is a social moment, you can say, before the meal. And as we said earlier, it includes some drinks and small snacks. Okay. Ensuite, so, Marie, elle a préparé la soupe aux oignons, very common soup or a common dish, onion soup. Oignon, onion. La soupe est chaude. The soup is hot. Bon appétit tout le monde. Enjoy your meal, everybody. Tout le monde, ça veut dire everyone, everybody. Okay? Now this tout is for used for masculine. Regarde. Here I will write see tout is for masculine. Let's say if for feminine you have to use, you will use tout for feminine. Then we use tous, tout for masculine plural. And we have tous for feminine plural. Okay, so this is another grammar topic which will be covered in this lesson. Bon appétit tout le monde. Bon appétit, enjoy your meal. C'est délicieux. Again, a common expression when you are doing dialogue writing and all, you can definitely use this. C'est délicieux for food. Ensuite, Monsieur Roux apporte les autres plats. Monsieur Roux sert du vin aux invités. Invités are the guests. So, he served wine to guests. So, aux invités, it is a plus les. So, it is article contracté ici, aux invités. Qu'est-ce que c'est apporter? I think you know this verb. Apporter is a typical ER ending verb. Apporter ça veut dire to bring. To bring. Okay. Now see the next part. Madame Roux continue le repas avec le plat principal. Voici le coq au vin. Now here some important or common dishes are mentioned, which are very common to the French cuisine. On continue le repas avec le plat principal. We continue the meal with the main course. Le plat principal will be the main course, the main dish. Voici le coq au vin. Okay, here I will write the main dish. Or main course, you can say, le plat principal. Voici le coq au vin. J'ai préparé une quiche aux légumes. Now here, if you see the picture, here I think they have not shown la quiche, but ensuite, like in the next pages, you will find the image of la quiche. So, j'ai préparé une quiche aux légumes car Bernard m'a dit que Neil est végétarien. So, for vegetarian vegetarian person Neil, they have been prepared la quiche with vegetables. Usually, egg is there in la quiche, and they do eat other things also. But here, specifically for him, they have prepared it. Il y a aussi de la salade verte. There is a green salad. You can see the image. Merci, c'est gentil. Again, this is another expression wherein you express the gratitude. Merci, c'est gentil. Ça va? Okay. So typically after the basic course or the main dish, le plat principal, what do we have? Le plateau de fromage. So it's a spread or a platter of cheese. Here you can see different types of cheese. I'm sure you must have learned different types like brie, then Roquefort, n'est-ce pas? Camembert. You must have heard different types of cheese which come from different parts of France. They are very well known. Okay. Maintenant, vous allez goûter les fromages français. Again, here we have, if you see, it is future proche, vous allez goûter. So here we conjugate aller verb as per the subject, and we keep the infinitive form of the verb. Pour le dessert, j'ai préparé, so pour le dessert, j'ai préparé une tarte aux pommes. See here, tarte aux pommes is short. Tarte aux pommes, so for the dessert, I prepared. Pomme is apple pie or apple tart. Nowadays in India also we get it very frequently. So that is apple pie or apple tart. Ça va? Ensuite, il y a de la glace si vous en voulez. Now again, de la glace is replaced by en. The plus something will be replaced by en. So there is also ice cream. Glace means ice cream if you want it. D'habitude chez nous. Now d'habitude means usually. D'habitude, usually. Chez nous, at our place, on sert tous les plats ensemble. We serve all the dishes together. Ensemble means together. Underline this word to write the meaning. Les sucrés et les salés. Now here in India, how do we serve? We take all the dishes together in our plate, right? Sweet, then savory dishes or different things. We take it together in a plate and we eat. Madame Roux, elle dit, mais ici, on suit un ordre. Suit. Now here, when on suit we have, it is the suivre verb. Okay. This is the verb suivre. Here we follow one order or standard order. So that is the specialty of the French culture, French cuisine. They follow a specific order like l'entrée, le plat principal, le fromage et le dessert. So this is the typical order. Et maintenant, le café pour terminer le repas. Pour terminer means to end. Okay, terminer, ça veut dire finir or end, you can say. To end the meal, we have café. So, généralement, c'est du café sans lait. Sans is without. Sans, ça veut dire without. And the opposite word of that will be avec. Avec, c'est le contraire de sans. Quel repas délicieux. What a delicious meal. A grand merci à vous. Big thanks to you. Or thank you so much to you. So you saw that this is the typical French meal. This is how it is served. Here in this lesson, you will be reading different common French dishes like la salade, le coq au vin, a plateau de fromage, la tarte aux pommes. Ça va? So here today we discuss the text of the first lesson. In the next session, I will be taking the grammar topics. We'll be reading few more things like les repas du jour en France they have here. Like what do they eat for le petit déjeuner, le déjeuner et le dîner. Then we will be learning the partitive articles. So let me know your feedback, how you find it. Do you find it interesting? Are you able to grasp these things? Do we need any help? And of course, you can definitely join my 12th standard batch starting from next week. Connect me on WhatsApp 98814 78940. Okay? Au revoir, à bientôt.